Hello everyone, it's Helen here with Health and with Helen. Thanks for joining me today in the kitchen. Today's recipe is going to be an oldie but a goodie. I know that most of us have probably had this recipe before, or we've had some version of it growing up. I know that we used to eat it a lot on a regular basis growing up because it was quick and easy and delicious. I had it a few months ago and I was like, wow, why did I ever quit making this recipe? It's so delicious. And it's also good for acid reflux sufferers. And so you already know I suffer with acid reflux, so I'm always looking for a good recipe that's not going to trigger it. And so today I'm just going to show you the old recipe once again because I had it going. So I thought, why not just make it for you all? All right, so I got out my big baking dish. I have sprayed it with my pan, or I thought that I had sprayed it, but it doesn't feel like I did. So I'm just gonna give it a quick little spray. So, all right, here we go. There, now it's sprayed. All right, so I cooked up a pack of chicken. Use as much chicken as you want. I already cooked it up just for time purposes. I only used, it was a small pack of chicken, and I used about 3 chicken breasts. So I'm going to scoop it all right into here. What I did was I seasoned my chicken with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of salt. You can add some pepper, do whatever you want. I could have maybe added just a little bit more chicken if I wanted to. I did have a couple more pieces left in the pack, but I just thought, you know what? I don't need to use the whole pack. That way I can use the other couple pieces for a different meal this week. So here's what I have right here. I just kind of spreaded it out all nice. If you want a lot of extra chicken, use the extra pieces. So I have that right here. And then I have my big, large can of cream of chicken, which I've already added to a bowl. And then I did a small can of the cream of celery. You do not have to add the cream of celery. I just wanted to because I like cream of celery. And so you could just stick with just cream of chicken if you'd like, but I added a little can of the cream of celery. And then what I did was I added some half and half to this. So I just mixed it up with just a little bit of half and half. I would say you could put a half a cup of half and half. You could go all the way up to like a cup of half and half if you wanted. You just don't want it to be too runny. This right here is pretty thick still, so I could add a little bit more, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this mixture on top of my chicken right now. So I'm gonna come in and I'm going to dump it. I'm not going to mix it yet though, because now I'm going to come in with 2 small cans of Veg-All, the original, okay? You can kind of play around here. If you want to add like a can of corn instead and maybe just a little can of carrots, do that. If you're like, I don't like the potatoes or I don't like all the things in there, that's fine. This is where you just come in with 2 small cans of whatever kind of vegetables like you like. And this right here, obviously, are your 15-ounce cans. And so I'm just going to dump them on top here. So we've got the chicken, we've got the cream of chicken, cream of celery, and now we're dumping in the veggies. I'm going to add a few extra little green beans because I'm a green bean fanatic. So again, come in if there's something that you're like, I want a little extra of this, a little extra of that, do it. I didn't use the whole can on that, guys. I just came in with like a half a can. So now you're just going to stir it all up, just completely just stir it all together. At this point, you could come in and you could sprinkle a little more salt, a little bit more pepper on top if you like. I think I'll just add it after I bake it, but this would be a good time for you to be able to do that too, or if you want to sprinkle a little bit of basil or any other ingredients that you might kind of like. But you just give it a nice good stir. And guys, overall, this is a really healthy little dish. If you're somebody who's like, I don't want to use like the canned cream of chicken or canned cream of celery, I know there's a lot of recipes out there where you can make your own and you can make it fresh, which I'm sure would be amazing. My mom actually makes chicken pot pie and she makes it fresh. She makes the fresh crusts and she makes it so delicious. It's an all-day thing. And so I told her today, I was like, I'm gonna make chicken pot pie. And she was like, oh, and I said, but it's not gonna be yours. 1, I don't have all day. 2, I don't know how to make it. And 3, I wouldn't even know where to start. So, all right, here we go. Here is this. This is what it looks like now. Look how delicious that looks. So good. And we're just, I mean, we're into just a few ingredients with this. All right, next we already know what comes in with this dessert, or maybe some of you do, the Bisquick. This is so easy too, because the only thing you're going to do is you're going to follow the dumpling recipe on the back and make as much topping as you want. Sometimes I double it up because I like it to be a little more bready. However, today I'm just gonna follow it just for video purposes. So right here for the dumplings, you do 2 cups of the Bisquick and you do a 1/2 cup of milk. So easy. I did 2 cups of Bisquick, but instead of milk, I use 1/2 and 1/2. I'm a 1/2 and 1/2 fanatic, and so I like the 1/2 and 1/2. Use milk, use 1/2 and 1/2, do whatever you want to do. I used 1/2 and 1/2, and guys, I'm going to be completely honest. This calls for a 1/2 cup of milk, but I like to go all the way up to about 1 cup, and it seems like it gives me the perfect consistency that I'm looking for, because otherwise I feel like you're still adding a little and you're still adding a little bit. So even though it calls for a 1/2 cup, I like to go with 1 cup. And I'm using the 1/2 and 1/2 today, so I am improvising. And it's going to end up looking like this. I already mixed it up. And so now I'm going to come in and I am just going to drop little spoonfuls of this all over the dish. So there you go. And it will obviously spread out on its own. And when it comes out, it's going to be golden brown. It's going to be so good. 350 for 30 minutes. That's it. And that is dinner. So, and honestly, you don't need anything else with this. You've already got your bread, you've got your vegetables, you've got your protein, you have everything that you need. And this one right here is really good for like leftovers too, because when you go back to heat it up, I almost feel like sometimes it's even better. And the last time I cooked it, it's just like the biscuits on top, they were crunchy. They weren't mushy. You know how like sometimes things get mushy? They were still like, they had like a little crunch to them. They kind of even tasted a little buttery. I don't know where that came from, but they did. So here we go. I used up my whole thing. There's that. And I'm gonna throw this in the oven now. 350, 30 minutes, and my lunch/dinner is going to be done. So anyways, guys, try it out. It's good. You probably haven't had it in a while. God bless. Have a good day. Bye.